Hey everybody, welcome to episode 154 of the Rise or Die podcast, entitled to Nothing. Okay, so I promise this is episode 154, even though yesterday I did an entire episode thinking it was episode 158. Apparently I lost my marbles a little bit, but I'm back. Now, I want to read something to you that's actually a little interesting. So, I got a sales message, I think it was this morning, either late last night or early this morning. It was kind of funny. It starts with, yo. Again, it starts with, yo, what the heck is that? I read your website and it got me thinking, would you like to send business owners from Facebook or LinkedIn groups/pages of your choosing personal emails to sign up to your service? Okay, so number one, I'm going to give you guys a little sales expertise here, if you will, but I'm going to tie this into everything. So number one, don't start with yo, you sound like a douche. Number two, if you read my website, prove it. Number three, it doesn't even really make sense. Number four, you want to send personal emails on my behalf, but you sent me the world's worst Facebook message. Yeah, this was all on Facebook. So I'm reading it off because this illustrates a really good point, which is that so many people out there, especially in sales and marketing, think they're entitled to sales. Now, this isn't just sales and marketing. This also applies to business founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs in general, as well as everyone. But let me put it into perspective. If I build something, if I spend a year building some really cool technology, and it could be world-changing for many, many businesses, am I entitled to your money? No. The very simple answer is no. Now, I'm in sales and marketing myself because I'm not smart enough to know ones and zeros. I can negotiate, I can build relationships, no problem, but I will never build things from scratch with ones and zeros. That's why I work with the tech founders. I'm not the tech founder. And from my perspective, if I haven't built anything, I'm just in sales and marketing, and now we're very important. Like, we drive revenue, we're the lifeblood of a lot of companies. But am I entitled to any revenue? No. Why are people believing that if I send the world's worst messages, they're copied and pasted, they're absolute garbage, and frankly they're more irritating than anything, but they think that people should just be flocking to them? If you build it, people will come. That's the thought of a lot of founders. If I put something out there and spam enough people, people will just come. I find it very interesting because it comes down to a sense of entitlement. So normally when we think of entitlement, we think of a bunch of whiny millennials, which includes me. I'm a millennial. And we think of them whining and crying for, all right, not to get political here, but free college, free healthcare, free this, free that. A 30-year-old living with mommy until, well, they're 30. That was redundant. But entitlement is so much more than, the whiny little millennial. It's us thinking that we're entitled to results. We're entitled to cash. We're entitled to not be broke. Guess what? You are not entitled to not be dirt-ass poor. Think about that. Who said that just because you're born, and now viewers are all over the world, but let's assume you're born in the U.S. to a middle-class family, even upper class. Does that make you entitled to results? Does that make you entitled to cash? Absolutely not, but this is the mentality that everybody seems to have. If I build something, people will come. If I market and spam people enough, people will come. I don't actually have to deliver any value. I don't need to build relationships. I don't need to do this, that, or the other. I deserve the money. Why? Maybe I went to college. I built something. I'm a good marketer, so to speak. People should just come. This isn't the case. I have value to bring. Doesn't matter. You're entitled to nothing. I'm entitled to nothing. Results come when you're committed to results, not when you're committed to effort, not when you're committed to being comfortable. My guess is this guy sent me the message very early this morning from his couch in his pajamas behind a keyboard, and that's it. and he was going, Control C, Control V, basically copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And I'm not trying to beat this one guy up. I'm not mentioning his name for a reason, nor his company. But this is a CEO of a marketing company that sent this message. This isn't just some random dude. This is actually a CEO of a media company. I think it was out in California. And this is the level of entitlement that he had. But it's not exclusive to just him. Most of us feel entitled. I grew up in a decent family, right? My dad's a business owner. He was very successful, rags to riches type story. Does that make me entitled to his success? No. Am I entitled to your money because I can grow your business? Just because I can doesn't mean that I should have the right. Your results will come from your desire, your commitment to results. Nothing more, nothing less. Why did it take me so long to actually jump into entrepreneurship and actually make something of myself? Because I was committed to the idea. I was committed to thinking about it. I was committed to learning to figure out how. But I wasn't actually committed to taking the actions and the steps and the risk to actually get the results I desired. You're not going to get what you want by being a lazy POS. You're not going to get what you want because you built something cool or because you have a neat offering. If you can't communicate it, if you can't seduce people in your life to actually give you a chance, guess what? That's your fault. That's your problem. You need to figure that out. It's not on everybody else to figure out how important and special you are. It's on you to figure out how to actually communicate the value, the message that you have to the marketplace, even to your friends. Let's take a step back. Where are you entitled in your marriage? Do you think you're entitled to sex with your wife? Sore topic there? Kind of taboo? Guess what? You're not. Do you think you're entitled to friends and family loving you, even when you're a dick? That's an interesting question, and I have some laughs from from both my wife and a good friend of mine. But with that being said, where are you feeling entitled? Do you think that because you went to the gym once, you should have a six-pack? Do you think because you go to church every week that you are entitled to a relationship with God? Do you think you're entitled to sex in your marriage? Do you think you're entitled to money and not being broke? You're not. You're entitled to nothing. You're entitled to be able to do hard work. That is it. That is the one and only thing that you are entitled to. So what are you going to do with that across Body Being Balanced business in the next 24 to 48 hours? That's it. Very simple. That's it for episode 154, entitled to nothing. With that being said, guys, I'm not entitled to this, but based on the value I bring you every day, I'm going to ask you, request, that if you're watching this on YouTube, you subscribe. If you're watching this or listening to this on iTunes, that you give us a good review. It's the only way we can get the Rise or Die attitude, the Rise or Die movement, out to as many people as possible. Take care.